13 to 3.
That's good.
Before we move on to the next portion, I have a couple of announcements and maybe a little bit of clarification. First of all, there's a middle school student that has misplaced a purple bag, thinking maybe someone picked it up on accident. I believe it has makeup in it. So if you find a purple bag with makeup and it's not yours, please return it to me. It would be great. Second announcement is concerning our honor band medals. Unfortunately, the state went with a new company with a slight redesign on the medals, and they are not in. I don't think any district has received their medals as of today. So as soon as they get finished, they'll be sent to the directors directly. So if anyone's itching to put on a new medal, you're going to have to wait. Okay. So next, I'd like to welcome to the stage our high school District 8 Honor Band and their guest clinician and conductor, Miss Susan Smith. Susan has taught general, choral, and instrumental music at the elementary through collegiate level in Florida, Virginia, and in Alabama, and has served as an author, clinician, conductor, and adjudicator across the United States. She is currently the Southern Division President of the National Association of Music Education, Associate Conductor of the Alabama Winds, and Education Coordinator for the Madison Scouts Drum and Bugle Corps. Her previous appointment was as an Assistant Professor of Music Education at Troy University and Director of Bands at the St. James School in Montgomery, Alabama. She is the past President of the Alabama Music Educators Association and Faculty Advisor for the Troy Collegiate NAFNE chapter. The St. James Band consistently received superior ratings in concert, jazz, and marching band events, including the Alabama Music Performance Assessment, Smoky Mountains Music Festival, and Bands of America superior ratings in Grand National Championships. Smith has presented clinics at many state and national and regional NAFNE conferences. Smith has presented at the Midwest Clinic multiple times and performed as a member of the Alabama Winds, an adult community band comprised of Alabama music educators. She created the chamber music portion of the Music for All National Concert Band Festival and is a co-founder of the Mind the Gap webinar and podcast for young and pre-service music educators. Her professional affiliations include Phi Beta Mu, National Association for Music Education, Sigma Alpha Iota, Phi Beta Kappa, and the National Band Association. In September of 2023, she became president and CEO of RWS Music Publishing Company after the sudden passing of her husband of 30 years, composer and educator, Robert W. Smith. Susan is committed to honoring the legacy of her late husband and continue his goal of providing quality music curriculum, materials for teachers and students, and support the development of emerging young writers. Ms. Susan Smith.
Good evening. Thank you so much for, it's afternoon. It's so weird. The concert in the middle of the afternoon, and it's awesome because we still have the rest of our day. That was Radiance by my dear friend Mark Lortz. He's a band director at Stevenson High School, or not high school, college in Maryland. And I love doing that as an opener because it's exciting, but also because the students have the opportunity to experience mixed meter, which they don't get a chance to do that. Sometimes you felt that da 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 da. And as soon as we felt comfortable with that, then changed it to da 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 da. So it's really just a great opportunity for them to experience that without being quite so overwhelming. The next piece we're going to play for you is entitled Cajun Folk Songs. It's by Frank Ticheli, who recently retired as the composer at the University of Southern California. And it's about Cajun. It takes Cajun folk songs and puts them into different settings. And the first movement, it's in two movements, but the first one is short. It's a slow, beautiful, expressive movement. And then the second one is a little bit more what you would expect from Cajun culture. When we're playing these beautiful pieces, and I'll say this again later on when we play Legacy of Hope, oftentimes as band directors we're hesitant to play slow, pretty tunes because we feel like people this age don't know about passion and anger and angst and drama. And of course we know that's exactly the opposite of who they really are. They are those people every day. So they've really given a lot and we've had a great connection. I've had the opportunity to have many of them in honor bands we have already done, and so that kind of raises the level of trust and communication. So in a day and a half, we've been able to do a lot of things. Not even a day and a half. Yesterday and an hour and a half this morning. So I'm super proud of them. We hope that you enjoy Cajun Folk Songs by Frank Ticheli. I said to the students beforehand, oftentimes you're nervous before you conduct an honor band with people you have never seen before. But this group keeps getting better and better, and that was probably one of the better runs that we had of that piece. As you can tell, it was very challenging as well with mixed meter and a lot of independent parts and things, and I thought they did just wonderful. As you heard in my bio, I went from college professor to president CEO of a publishing company. And having been married to someone for that long that was in the publishing world, I knew some about it, but I didn't know a lot about it. And unfortunately, Robert could be for people. I mean, he could produce, he could write, he knew the business world, and so I've had to learn a lot. And this year we're putting out our second catalog since he's passed. And this piece is entitled First Prelude by George Gershwin. There were 3 preludes that he sat down and played at the Carlisle Hotel in New York City, and it's very short and it's very jazzy and it's very sweet, but it's arranged by my big brother. He submitted it for our publication for this year, and I just think it's wonderful that my family has really joined in and supported me in this venture. So we hope you enjoy First Prelude by George Gershwin.
Dr. John M. Long was more than just a legendary band director. He was a mentor, a visionary, and a champion for music education. Through his work at Troy University and his leadership in the Alabama Bandmasters Association, he shaped the future of countless students and directors across our state and beyond. His influence lives on in traditions he built, the bands he inspired, and the educators he mentored. Dr. Long believed deeply in the power of music to transform lives, and he dedicated his career to ensuring that young musicians had the opportunities and resources they needed to succeed. But my favorite fact is he spelled band F-U-N. Today, we continue his legacy by awarding the District 8 John M. Long Memorial Scholarship. It's given to a student who embodies the dedication, musicianship, and passion that Dr. Long valued. It is my great honor to announce this year's recipient, Ms. Geneva Whiting.
The next piece we will perform for you is the last piece that my husband ever wrote, A Legacy of Hope. He wrote as a commission for commemoration of band camp in Arkansas, University of Central Arkansas, the Dixie Band Camp. And he wanted to write it about many of the people there. The main gentleman who ran things for many years, his name was Robin, so you'll hear a flute with a piccolo that sounds like a robin, hear beautiful, lovely sounds. And I got a little choked up today with the band because, first of all, I asked them how many of them had ever played a piece by Robert W. Smith. Could you put your hands up if you ever played a piece by Robert W. Smith before today? Yeah. So he affected, and this is what he wanted to do, was make sure that he was supporting band directors and giving them quality literature that students would enjoy in band. He was very sure about who he was, and he wrote from the Air Force Band to beginning band and the Tempest. But it struck me today that many years ago, Robert W. Smith sat in the same District 8 honor band in the first trumpet section, and his band director, Ski Winter at the time at Dale, Alabama, told him that if he wanted to play something the Troy band had played, he should write it down. And he was 13 years old, and he did. And it started because his one band director believed in him and empowered him. It started on a course of being probably one of the most published band and orchestra composers in the country. And that can happen anywhere. We can empower people to do anything. As teachers, as people, I ask the students to empower people around them. We never know the effect that it will have. So, sorry. This area meant a lot to Robert. He loved that he was born on Fort Rucker, and that his band experience was so vital to him, and he was happy to have the opportunity to come back many times and to raise our children in Troy. I miss it a lot. I miss the people, but the music education in this area is in great hands with these band directors, many of them who went to Troy or have a connection to Troy or Robert. And I'm very proud of how well these people play on stage. So we hope that we bring this to life and that you enjoy A Legacy of Hope by Robert W. Smith.
now before they perform their last piece, I would like to give Ms. Smith her plaque. And it reads, the Alabama Bandmasters Association District 8 Honor Band in appreciation of Susan Smith for her dedication, expertise, commitment to musical excellence as guest clinician and director. High School Honor Band, signed James Holmes, District 8 Chair, Sophia Compton, District 8 Vice Chair, March 7th through 8, 2025. Ms. Smith, thank you.
Okay, one last piece. Another thing I've learned over the last 2 years is that we have to be fearless about things that we don't think we can do, and I really tried to empower the students about that. Again, those of you who've been honor bands with me, you know that I will implore you. I didn't get a chance to do that with the students today, but when they go to college, they need to stay in bands. They know how to band, they don't know how to college. And it doesn't matter their major. They will give them money to play in a college band. You've made a huge investment in their in instrument and in time. And you know, Purdue University has 4 concert bands and a huge marching band, and none of them are music majors. They're engineers. So don't think that it has to end here, and don't say we'll do it after the first year, because many freshmen come home after the first year because they're happy there's no structure, but all of a sudden there's no structure and they don't know what to do, and band does that for you. So I really implore you to do that. As well, thank you to the band directors who are here. What a wonderful facility. We have the opportunity to be here at Enterprise, and for them opening up their school for an entire week between MPA and this, and to really be a beacon in this area for the performing arts. And we appreciate their professionalism and their openness to have us here. And again, the individual teachers. It's very difficult to be the one music teacher in a small town in Alabama or anywhere. And I really implore you to raise those teachers up, do all you can for them, go to the principals and tell them what they're doing a great job all of the time. The small things are the big things, because we have to have band in Alabama. And so you're the ones that can really empower that to happen through principals. So please continue to support your music programs. You can clap here, so we can all. Yeah. As I said, we all have to do things that we're afraid of, and I encourage the students to get rid of that veneer, not the teeth, but that outside high school, I'm too cool for everything because I'm scared of everything, and to be open to moments like this. And this piece is really hard, and we put it together. They've had a really good time doing it. So we hope that you enjoy our last piece by Kataj Copley, who was a high school band student in Carrollton, Georgia, and now is one of the most popular band composers in the world. So we hope you enjoy the end of our concert, closing with In Living Color by Kataj Copley.